We spent over a month traveling around Mexico and it has easily become one of our favorite places we've ever visited. Today, we're so excited to share all the best things we did during our time there, so welcome to our Mexico Top 10. Mexico has so much to offer, from its stunning beaches and vibrant cities to the ancient ruins and rich cultural heritage. That's not even mentioning the out-of-this-world food to eat there. It is a place we highly recommend you visit before you die, and while we haven't traveled all over Mexico just yet, we had an incredible time in the places we did visit. We would love to share them with you, our top 10 favorite things we experienced in Mexico. These are memories that will stay with us forever, and we think you'll love them too. Let's start this video off with what turned out to be the highlight of our trip, snorkeling in Tulum. We don't see a lot of people talking about the snorkeling in Tulum, but it is freaking amazing. While Tulum is known for its beach clubs, extravagant restaurants, and the Mayan ruins, we found that none of that actually made Tulum truly unforgettable. Instead, it was the ocean life and its crystal clear blue waters. We booked this tour with Happy Tours. We randomly found this guy in a parking lot located here. $30 later and we were on the Pescadores beach hopping on a boat, and 5 minutes after that we had incredible views of the Mayan ruins from the ocean. We then jumped into the water not expecting much, but dude, we were so surprised. There were countless stingrays and turtles in the area that just swam right up to us with no worries in the world. Pelicans sitting amongst us, fish everywhere, and we even saw a blow-up fish. It was just exquisite. This was the best snorkeling we've ever had in the world, and we've snorkeled in Thailand, Indo, South Africa, Mauritius, and Vietnam. Highly recommend. Happy Tours unfortunately doesn't have an online booking platform, so we've gone ahead and found almost the same tour on Get Your Guide. The link will be in the description of this video. Enjoy the ocean in Tulum and thank us later. Next up is a place that's been on our Mexico bucket list for the longest time. We just had to do the 3-hour drive from Tulum, and boy was it worth it. Los Rapidos in Bacalar Lagoon has got to be the most beautiful lazy river in the whole wide world. The water was so blue and warm, the area is so tropical and green, and it's famous for being one of the few places in the world where stromatolites can be found. Here's a facty fact for you. Stromatolites are ancient rock-like structures that were formed by the growth and fossilization of microbial communities. They are some of the oldest known forms of life on Earth, dating back over 3.5 billion years. We highly recommend heading to Bacalar Lagoon, and make sure you stay over for a night or two to really soak up this wonderful environment. We'll link our Mexico resource pack below that has links to over 20 accommodation types, all of our Google Map links, links to car hire, tour guides, etc. We've linked some Bacalar accommodation and cafes to visit in there too for you. Entrance to Los Rapidos was 150 pesos per person, and you can stay there the whole day, have lunch and beers at the restaurant, and just have an overall amazing day in the sun and the water. Next up, you have to make time to visit one of the estimated 10,000 cenotes to be found in the Yucatan Peninsula. These natural sinkholes are created when the limestone bedrock collapses, exposing crystal clear freshwater pools that are often interconnected by underground rivers. Cenotes were regarded as sacred sites by the ancient Mayans. They used them for drinking water, irrigation, and even for sacrificial offerings. Today, cenotes are popular tourist attractions where you can swim, snorkel, and explore the stunning underground cave systems. We chose to visit Grand Cenote just 10 minutes outside of Tulum, and while it was awesome, there are better ones you can visit. This one was unfortunately a bit overpriced. We paid 500 pesos per person, which we think is a bit much for what it is. We wish we had time to go to some of these insane cenotes on the screen, but we've linked them for you in our resource pack. We've grown up visiting historical caves in South Africa, but we've never actually had the opportunity to swim in one. So this was a very unique experience for us, and one we won't forget. Just a quick thank you to our favorite travel insurance, Safety Wing, for partnering up with us on this video. So far you can tell a lot of the activities in Mexico are water-based and accidents are prone. That's why we will not travel to places like Mexico, Bali and Thailand without being covered by Safety Wing, and neither should you. We've personally claimed from Safety Wing 3 times. The first time was an exorbitantly priced expatriation flight from Bali to South Africa. Second was a government-mandated quarantine, and third was an emergency root canal treatment I had to have. It is so incredibly easy to use. You can sign up at the airport before you fly to your destination and cancel at any time. We generally sign up just before our flight and we cancel about a month after we've landed back in our home country. It starts at $45 USD for a 4-week period, so if you've got a trip coming up and you want to be covered in case of emergencies, hospitalizations because of food poisoning, missed flights or lost luggage, then definitely check the link down in the description and the link above to read more and then sign up when you're ready. Muchas gracias Safety Wing for partnering up with us on this video and continuously supporting our travels. We really appreciate you. Back to the video.
Now that all of the water related things are out of the way, let's head to Mexico City's Centro Histórico, one of the most vibrant and historically rich areas in the city. It is the political, cultural and religious center of the country. There are so many things to see and do in this area that it's hard to know where to start. One of the most iconic landmarks in this area is the Zócalo, which is the main square in the city. This massive square is surrounded by beautiful colonial architecture and is home to many events throughout the year. You can also visit Palacio Nacional, which houses the offices of the President of Mexico and is home to some of the most stunning murals by Diego Rivera. There are dozens of museums to explore. The Museum of Fine Arts, the National Museum of Anthropology and the France Mayer Museum are just a few of the many options. Centro Histórico is also home to some of the best street food in the city, as well as dozens of restos and cafes. After the square, we took a stroll down Avenue Francisco Madero, a massive walking street filled with designer shops, cafes, restaurants, and of course, heritage buildings. It's a great place to do some shopping at shops like Zara if that's what you like. At the end of the street is the magnificent Palacio de Bellas Artes. This was the prettiest building we saw in Mexico City by far. There was just something about it. For an even better view, head up to the top floor of the Sears Mall to a cafe called Finca Don Porfirio, where you get views of the jacaranda trees, the gardens to the left, and the bustling city to the right. We did not go inside the Palacio, but inside you'll find a stunning array of artwork, including murals, sculptures, and paintings. The building is also home to the famous Tiffany glass curtain, one of the largest and most intricate examples of Tiffany glass in the world. There are also several exhibition halls, a bookstore, and a restaurant. Guided tours are available to learn more about the building's history and the artwork on display. Whether you're interested in history, culture, food, shopping, or just soaking up the atmosphere of this vibrant city, there's something for everyone in this amazing part of town.
Hands down, the most memorable thing about Mexico was the food, but specifically the food from taquerias. Taquerias are small street side or casual eateries that specialize in tacos, which are the staple food in Mexico. They are all so good they deserve their own spot in this video. The beauty of taquerias is that you can find them all over the country, each with its own unique style and flavors. Whether you're in a big city or small town, there's sure to be a taqueria nearby that will satisfy your taco cravings. I'll never forget the burning meat in the front, the awesome staff, the sheer amount of choices, the Coca-Colas in bottles, the aqua horchata, the free chips and salsa, all of it. Alfagon in Playa del Carmen has my heart, Pepe's Tacos in Puerto Vallarta too. All the taquerias we ate at are included in our Google Maps link in the resource pack.
Roma Norte is a vibrant and trendy neighborhood located in the heart of Mexico City. It's known for its charming jacaranda tree-lined streets, beautiful architecture, and lively atmosphere. It was the cutest little area we've ever nomaded and worked in. One of the main draws of Roma Norte, though, is its vibrant food scene. It's home to a wide variety of restaurants, cafes, and bars serving everything from traditional Mexican to international cuisine. Whether you're in the mood for street food or a fancy dinner, Roma Norte has something to offer. We found everyone so friendly and helpful, and honestly, this neighborhood just captivated us with its vibrant colors and beautiful architecture. It also offers a great break from the hustle and the bustle of the busy city with a number of parks and green spaces. Overall, we loved the vibe here and could definitely see ourselves living here one day. Teotihuacan, meaning the place where the gods were created, just had to be included in this video. We've never seen anything like it, and with some luck, will be the first of many pyramids we'll see in our lives.
Be warned though, this is one of the more touristy things to do on the list. We booked a city tour which included a visit to these ruins. We won't be linking the specific tour for you guys as we were constantly funneled through many gift shops and expected to spend money. Regardless, we'll link some other tours available on Get Your Guide which focus specifically on a visit to Teotihuacan. This is an ancient Mesoamerican city built in the first half of the first millennium, and at the time, this was the largest city in the Americas. One of the most impressive features of Teotihuacan is its monumental architecture, which includes the Pyramid of the Sun, the Pyramid of the Moon, and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. These massive structures were built using advanced engineering techniques and are considered to be some of the most impressive examples of Mesoamerican architecture to date. The ruins also contain a network of residential compounds, workshops, and markets that provide a fascinating look into the daily life of ancient Mexico.
Following on with another ancient city, Chichen Itza is the next thing to do on this list. It was one of the largest and most powerful cities in the Mayan civilization, with a history dating back to the 5th century AD. Chichen Itza was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1988 and is considered to be one of the new 7 wonders of the world. One of the most recognizable features of Chichen Itza is the pyramid-shaped El Castillo. This impressive structure was built to align with the sun during the spring and fall equinoxes, creating the illusion of a serpent slithering down the side of the pyramid. In addition to El Castillo, Chichen Itza is also home to several other significant structures, including the Temple of the Warriors, the Great Ball Court, and the Sacred Cenote. Each of these buildings offers a glimpse into the history and culture of the Mayan people. We unfortunately did not make it to Chichen Itza on this specific trip. We got caught up in a bit of a scam on our way there. If you want to learn more about that, we'll link it up above for you and in the description. Hopefully it can help you to avoid some of the mistakes we made that day. We'd recommend booking a trip again through Get Your Guide, which will assist in getting you to Chichen Itza and take care of everything along the way. The next activity is to ride bicycles around Playa del Carmen or any other city. We did see them in Mexico City too. While we didn't particularly fall in love with Playa del Carmen, probably because the beaches were ruined by sargassum at the time, we did enjoy exploring this little town by bicycle. There are several rental shops where you can rent a bike for the day or even longer. We were intrigued by the many bicycle stations littered around and decided to give it a try. These bikes cost us 200 pesos for a 3-day rental. Not bad at all. We ended up using the bicycles to do our daily chores like doing the laundry and getting ourselves to and from the cafes. It is really refreshing exploring a new place by bike. It gives you a chance to take in the surroundings and of course feel the cool breeze in your face. It is so hot there, by the way. This has to have its own spot too. Let's start by saying Mexico has some pretty damn cool buses, and we think they are a great alternative to the usual flying. Yes, they take longer, but they are so much more comfortable. We actually got a solid night's rest on this one. It was wonderful. We'd suggest doing an overnight bus. Look at it as your transportation and accommodation in one. You'll wake up at sunrise and enjoy the incredible views out of your window. Get to see the landscapes changing before your eyes and get a look into the local way of life out in the countryside. Now, we thought we had booked a luxury bus, but according to some of you in the comments, they get even better than this. For reference, this one cost us $60 per person for a one-way ride from Mexico City to Puerto Vallarta, which took around 12 hours. If you want to give this a try, you can book using the ETN app or website. We'll leave a link for you down in the description. Okay, this is a bonus one. We'll throw it in here at the end, and that is if you're looking to indulge in a little bit of luxury during a trip in Mexico, consider spending a few nights at one of the hundreds of all-inclusive resorts that dot the coastline. We had the chance to attend a special friend's wedding at an all-inclusive resort in Puerto Vallarta. While we were initially a bit skeptical about the idea, we quickly fell in love with the whole experience. The staff made sure we had the best time, pouring us tequilas, margaritas, and lemon shots as if it was juice. The venue itself was stunning with a pool and ocean views that took our breath away. If you have the budget, treat yourselves to a few nights at an all-inclusive. Just make sure that they have authentic Mexican food and drinks.
Well, that's it for our top 10 things in Mexico. We're just barely scratching the surface. There are so many incredible things to explore and see in this beautiful country. And if you are local and have any other suggestions for travelers, please leave them down in the comments. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Rhett and Claire for more up-to-date content and if you want to ask us anything. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.